Hello Year 6, this is your SPaG lesson for Friday the 13th of November. First of all, we've got a little recap on some of the things that we have learned so far in SPaG this year. So there's a sentence on the board, the new neighbours who live next door have 2 children. First of all, I want you to pause the video and find out what the nouns are in that sentence. Okay, hopefully you've remembered that nouns are naming words. They are names for people, places or things. So our nouns in that sentence are neighbours, next door is a noun, and children. That's a noun. They're names for people, places or things. Okay, next I'd like you to pause the video and work out what the pronouns are in that sentence. Okay, hopefully you've remembered that a pronoun is a word that's used instead of a noun, rather than repeating the noun again. So in this sentence, the pronoun is who, and that's a relative pronoun. Okay, rather than repeating the word the neighbours or the new neighbours, we're just saying who instead. Okay, next I'd like you to pause the video, and this time I'd like you to identify the determiners in that sentence. Okay, if you remember, determiners tell us how many of something there are. They determine the amount. So the determiners, the first one is the, because it tells us how many. The new neighbours who live next door have 2 children is a determiner, the word 2. Okay. What we're going to be looking at today, Year 6, is verbs. So first of all, I'd like you to list as many verbs as you can before I tell you what they are. Have a go. So pause the video, have a go, see what you can do. What do you think a verb is? And list as many as you can. Okay, a verb is a doing word. So it shows that somebody is doing something. For example, swim, fly, shout, scream, run. They are all doing words, and that's what a verb is, a doing word. Verbs also, and this is important, verbs also can be being words. So the words am and is and are, they are verbs as well. So for example, he is a boy. The word is a verb. Okay, it means to be. So these are the trickier verbs to spot. Next little task for you, can you pause the video and write a sentence using the following verbs? Okay, swim, fly and am. So 3 different sentences. Don't try and get them all in one sentence. So pause the video and have a go at writing 3 different sentences. Okay, an example of the sentence you could have had for number 1 is I swim in the lake. Or for number 2, an example for number 2, you could have had I fly in the sky. That would work. It's quite tricky to do without changing the verb itself, without changing it to flies, or it's quite hard to do actually. And number 3, I am a teacher. So just examples that you could have had there. Okay, next we've got 3 sentences for you. I'd like you to pause the video and write down the verbs in each sentence. So look very carefully, what are the verbs in each sentence? Okay, number 1 then, Laurie often goes to the shop to buy bread. There are 2 verbs in that sentence. One is the word goes. The second verb is buy. Both of those are doing words, so they are verbs. Sentence number 2, our house has a garage and is really big. Has is a verb and is a verb. Those were quite tricky ones to spot there. And number 3, we always go to the supermarket at weekends. And the verb there is go, because it's the action to go. So that is the verb there. Okay, there is 2 more tasks for this lesson than Year 6. The first one is quite fun. If you click the website link here, it takes you to a website where you can practice some games to practice identifying verbs. So if I just click and I just show you that very briefly, you click on to the website. Just going to turn my sound off on that. Okay, and you've got to find the verb. What is the verb there? Well, I know that laugh is a doing word, so that must be the verb, and I can hit the word laugh. Okay, then I'm looking for another verb. Took is the past tense of to take something, which I know is a doing word, so I can hit that one, and that must be the verb. Okay, I won't go through them all, but you get the idea. So that's your next task. And then the final task that you've got for SPaG today is to have a go at the SATs questions about verbs. Remember, if you've got any questions, you can always ask us. Tune into one of the calls at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.